Hello. And so this is day 11 of my challenge. It's hard to believe the time goes so fast. Day 11. 11 days ago, I started on with this challenge. And just to recap, the reason being for that was because I had my doubts that I'd be able to generate content just out of my head without any reference, without any research of external sources of information. Here I am, day 11 out of 90. So it's not that bad. So I praise myself and I tap myself on the shoulder, just like that. And don't forget to do that always, whenever you feel you deserve something. But for that, to realize that you've got to be aware. So keep it on the back of your mind that you've got to praise yourself for your achievements. So here I am doing that, just that. So today I wanted to mention an event which happened today at work. I had a chat with a colleague of mine, kind of a catch up over a glass of water while refilling that. And he spoke about his approach, his view on the flexible working, like working from home as opposed to working from the office. And he said that at home he gets distracted quite often whenever. So basically, what he does, not going into too much detail because I don't have them, but in essence, he generates reports with data from some system, and then those reports go to upper management for review, like the performance. So he gets the data, waits for the report to get generated, probably puts some analysis, reviews the data, puts some analysis into the report, and sends it over. And he told me that in those gaps, because it takes some time for the reports to get generated, so in those gaps, he feels a little bit uncomfortable, because he can't really work. And he can't fill that time in with, I don't know, getting himself a cup of tea or stretching his legs or whatever, doing something which is work, non-related to work. And he felt bad about this. And after that conversation, I thought, well, if it's your job is just like that, to generate reports and then provide those reports to somebody else with your analysis, then waiting for the reports to be generated, that's part of your work, unless you can fill that time with something else work related. So just relax and accept that as the truth and use the time efficiently for yourself. And for yourself, efficiency for yourself would not be sitting on the chair waiting for 15 or so minutes for the report to get generated, but it will be doing something more pleasant, and it's allowed. Why not? So that's that. And then I thought, how that scenario, what did it tell me about how we generally are in life? And it made me think that basically the way we look at things in life is our own interpretation. We give the meaning to what is happening in life. And if we look at something within the framework which restricts something else that we could do with that time, then I don't think it's the best way to spend the time. So for example, applying that into the circumstances in out of work life and linking that to the passions. Quite often people struggle to find time to do something which they love because they are overwhelmed with their other responsibilities or their habits or the patterns which are quite integral in us and run on autopilot, and quite often we don't have a clue, no zero realization that the way we do things is quite inefficient. So for example, when you come back home in the evening, and normally at 8 o'clock, after you've done all your chores, the dinner is over, you watch telly for 1 hour. Yes, it's a relaxing way to spend your time, but does it give much to you in return? Maybe a little bit of fun, but then you could use that as an excuse not to do something which you really feel passionate about, because the idea of doing that is not really present in your head because that's not part of your normal routine. And so those things are left aside. So it's important to always remember why we need to follow our passions, because they give us happiness, because we can pursue them in a way which can actually give us something, bring something else into our lives in terms of satisfaction, in terms of possibilities to share those talents with others, helping others, money, whatever that is. But then for that realization to be present in our heads, we've got to always remember why we want to follow our passions and do things which we love. And that why would probably be quite a strong factor to consider when you decide between, am I going to spend that 1 hour watching telly, or am I going to spend that 1 hour doing something related to my passions, maybe honing my skills, creating something, working on a project which is going to take me elsewhere. And that's happiness, that's joy. So basically the feelings which I'm going to be getting from doing something else instead of watching TV will be much more elevated. But we don't think that way unless we think that way, unless we introduce that way of thinking into our ways of living. Remembering the why for anything which you do in your life is very, very important, because that will keep you going. That will give you energy, that will give you desire to pursue things which you want to pursue in life, and will keep you away from those lazy moments when you act under impulse or within your habits to do something which doesn't really give you that much value, but might be a quick win in terms of short-term feelings of happiness or content, or a bit of going along with your laziness. So I guess that's my message for the tonight video, is that remember your whys, remember the feelings which following your passions and doing something related to them will give you, and make the right choices. And that way of thinking, that way of looking at things will help you do the right choices. So thanks for watching, and as always, leave your feedback in the comments. Let me know what you would like me to talk about beyond this challenge, or even within this challenge.